By finding this video, you recognize the fact that your business is bottlenecked by the sales systems and processes that you have in place. I'm Jim Padilla, and I'm not your sales guru. I'm a battle-tested sales expert who runs a heart-centered sales army, along with my beautiful, amazing wife, Cyndi. We've been, over the last 4 years, anchoring with our team over $70 million worth of high-commission sales, product launch sales, back-of-the-room sales, online products, and event sales for our clients. We are the sales force behind many of the top entrepreneurs that you see online. Not only have we been in the trenches selling alongside with our heart-centered sales army as a salesperson, we've also managed to attract top-tier talent, top sales managers, mindset coaches, and trainers. Each position extremely unique, and they are all equally important for different reasons. I've been building sales teams for 20 years plus, and we've got a bird's eye view of what's going on. Our team does thousands of closing presentations a month through a variety of different channels: online, live chat, phone conversations, in person, and a variety of others. The key is we're all about efficiencies of infrastructure because we do this at scale. Bottom line is, we know things it's just not possible for the average business owner to know because of the volume and the effectiveness of the sales process that we run through. Most experts spend their time telling you what should work. I'm just going to tell you whether it worked or not. We happen to know because we sit at the back end of so many of these opportunities. We have so many repetitions and such amount of amazing volume. We see it all. We know what used to work. We know what's working now. And we're on the cutting edge of what's going to be working next. We get to see real time what's getting results in the sales process and what isn't. We get to know the truth of what is. It's that simple. So we're not telling you, we're not sharing things for you that are about theory and conjecture. This isn't stuff that we've read out of books. This is stuff that we are literally implementing and executing on every single day. Tried and true, and it gets results. Recently, other entrepreneurs have started to hire us to teach them how to make this happen for their sales teams, because they want to get their team to peak perform the same way ours does. And you might be experiencing some of the same challenges that many of them are. Here's what Elizabeth Purvis had to say about it. See if you see yourself in this situation before she found our team.
Hey, it's Elizabeth Purvis, creator of Feminine Magic, founder of Goddess Business School, the Feminine Magic School of Manifesting. And I wanted to shoot this short video for you to talk to you a little bit about Jim and Cyndi Padilla and my experience with them and gain the edge as our sales team. So I'll just straight up, I'll say Jim and Cyndi have changed my life completely. And when I found GTE a few years ago, I was at the lowest point in my business. Well, maybe not the lowest point, but it was a very challenging time because I had just let go of the person on my team, the one person on my team who was doing sales. And all of a sudden I was trying to manage a sales team on top of everything else I was doing. And I say the word team lightly because it was really, people who were stepping up and trying to help. But if you have any experience with sales, you know that people who are stepping up and trying to help, as well-intentioned as that is not going to get you the results that you want. So all my time was going to sales and it wasn't working. And I was getting very, very frustrated. I was getting very disheartened. And of course, our cash flow was going in the tank. So enter Jim and Cyndi. I will never forget this. I was out on my deck outside. I'm here in my home office and I was outside on my deck and I get this text from a friend of mine. And the text was, Elizabeth, I found a guy. I was like, I need the guy, And so I talked to Jim and honestly, words kind of can't describe what happened after that. It was such a breath of fresh air, first of all.
Can you feel Elizabeth's pain? Do you see yourself in any of what she is experiencing there? I'm assuming your answer is yes, or you wouldn't be here right now. Are you with me? What I generally find that's holding these entrepreneurs back is a whole bunch of misheld beliefs that are bottlenecking their business growth. and literally keeping your business dreams from happening. Some of those misguided sales beliefs that are holding entrepreneurs back are, number one, just because they call them a salesperson, they're a salesperson. I ain't got news for you. Just because their title says salesperson does not in any way, shape, or form make them a salesperson. No more than me standing in a garage makes me a car. Okay? Most of the time what we find is entrepreneurs hire salespeople that are just good enough. Just good enough. And usually they're friends, family, raving fans, VIP clients, past clients, coaches, right? Your customer service people or your VAs. I literally had 2 conversations like that today. We said, yeah, can we train my VA to be a backup salesperson? No, they're not a salesperson. They're your VA. And we had another client that we were just talking to today who literally had father, mother-in-law, cousins, brothers, and uncles all working in the sales environment for them. Why? Because it's convenient. Because they care about you. They love you. They want to do whatever they can to help you, which is fantastic. God bless them because they do care. But that doesn't make them sales professionals. It doesn't make them qualified to put your business dreams and goals on the line. If you want professional results, you need to hire professional salespeople like Bill Baren. Bill is one of the most intelligent human beings I've ever come across. Incredible amount of business savvy, right? Knows a lot about how to get business done. Has a hugely successful coaching practice and business of his own with an incredible team of talented people. And as he was getting ready to do a multi-million-dollar launch, he realized that he doesn't have anybody in his team that was trained specifically to do sales, who spent their full-time days doing sales. And so just before launch, he decided to hire us. And the thing that we noticed, this was a huge aha moment for us, because we saw if somebody, the caliber and the talent and the skill of someone of Bill Baren's stature is in this situation, someone who thinks through business and anticipates challenges, and he found himself in this situation, it's a strong likelihood that most other businesses are dealing with the same exact thing. Are you? Are you in that same scenario? Misguided belief number 2. Your rockstar salesperson should also be your sales manager. Yet another risky proposition. Your rockstar salesperson is not your sales manager. In fact, your sales manager is likely there because they got really good at surviving. The best talent that has ever worked for you is likely long gone. Look, I don't know anybody who ever had a little kid drinking into the future and said, you know, I don't want to be an astronaut. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to be a princess. I don't want to be a cowboy. You know what I want to be? A sales manager. It has likely never happened that a kid has ever dreamed that from childhood. Every sales manager that I know somehow survived to become that. Your top-tier salespeople typically do not want to manage and lead. They love the act and the art and the engagement of the sales process. Right? And chances are your sales division is not run in a way that is conducive for top performers thriving. Right? You don't want to take that risk. Make sure that your salespeople sell, not manage. Misguided belief number 3. Rockstar salespeople can and should conduct every part of the sale. Well, can, yes. Should, that's where I'm going to debate you and push back on this. All right? Rock stars should be doing what they're best at. Make sense? This means that your closers should be closing, your prospectors should be prospecting, your relationship people should be nurturing relationships. No one can play every position, nor should they. It's the 80-20 rule. It is in effect in every area of life and absolutely no different in the sales game. 80% of the things that you have your rock stars doing are likely not the 20% of things that they really crush at. Right? Understanding where your team shines and thrives is absolutely critical to making the best results and maximizing the environment. Misguided belief number 4. All my problems will be solved simply by hiring the best salespeople. Well, you're getting closer, but still not there. You're missing the mark. You can hire great salespeople, drop them in a bad environment, and they will become not great salespeople. Right? Your problems aren't going to be solved simply by hiring the best people. If you don't have the environment that they can thrive in, they're simply going to have to find another business to sell for. Talent relies heavily on the right environment and the right team to bring the big checks home. If they aren't hitting their personal targets, they're likely going to leave and find a better place that they can sell. Right? They've got ambitions, and your environment needs to allow them to achieve all of those goals. Make sense? See, here's the thing you want to think about, right? I know for a fact that in most cities in America, street corners are littered with amazing, talented athletes, right? And I've seen athletes who play basketball on the street corners and go to their 9 to 5 during the day, and they had the kind of talent that should have been playing in a Division I college experience or even beyond in pro basketball. But they were never in the right environment to thrive, so they never got the opportunity to get the looks and be seen. They ended up having to take a different path. And it works the same way in a sales game. It works that way everywhere. Put people in the right environment, and they will become what they need to become. Okay? Misguided belief number 5. I could save money by hiring on the cheap. You can't save money by hiring on the cheap. In fact, hiring cheap is costing you money. Think about it like this. You're paying good money for leads. Why on earth would you not want to pay them optimally to make sure they convert? Leads are like money walking into your business. If you're not converting them, what's the point of buying them? Right? The purpose of a sales team is to help as many people as possible by getting them to make a great decision, buy a product or service that is ultimately going to better their lives. By hiring on the cheap, you're essentially leaving money on the table because you're not putting the ideal people in the right situation to make sure that your people are taken care of to make the best decision possible. All right? Let's fix that one and do it quick. Misguided belief number 6. Hey, I know how to solve this. I need more sales. Just get more salespeople. Well, that's one way to do it. Just like if you got a bucket full of holes, I guess if you just throw water in the bucket faster than the holes will allow it to come out the bottom, you could still keep water in the bucket. But as you can imagine, that'd be quite an arduous task and a whole lot of extra effort and a lot of water wasted. If you just get them peaking and performing optimally, you won't have to hire more people. You'll be able to take care of business with fewer. You'll have greater efficiency with the people that you have. Having a bunch of salespeople isn't enough. You need to be able to grow your business. You need to make sure that they've got the right sales mindset, the right sales environment, the ideal strategies, tactics, processes, and metrics to actually make sure your team is most effective. Misguided belief number 7. I'm the best at selling. Nobody can sell like me. I should be leading this team and I should be selling. Well, just because you can doesn't mean you should. In fact, you probably shouldn't even be running your sales team or doing the sales training. Your job as an entrepreneur is to find opportunities and to capture those opportunities. You can't work in your business and on your business at the same time. And if you're at the point where you're growing a sales team, it's time to make sure that it's done effectively and efficiently. Pick one. Build your business or grow your sales team. Put someone in place to make sure it happens and surround them with the right system. If you're acting in your business, you're not creating the systems that create wealth, and that's your job as the entrepreneur. Right? You're going to become an operator instead of an entrepreneur. If you want to grow a $10 million a year business, a $100 million a year business, then you need to change the way that you think. Like Max Planck says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay? And you have to start looking at your business as the sum of multiple different businesses. To start with, your business is actually comprised of a whole bunch of business units. And each one needs to be treated as its own individual business. For example, marketing, there's a business. Sales, there's yet another business. Delivering your product or service is yet its own business. Right? I am a sales business expert, and I'd like you to ask yourself a couple of questions without BSing yourself. How's your sales business doing? Does it need you to be there in order to run it? Is it constantly and consistently on a trajectory upward with or without you? If not, why not? I'll tell you why. The reason your sales business isn't growing is because of you. You can't scale a business if it isn't even a business. Are you with me on this? If you need to be there in order for your business to run, then it's not a business. It's a job. The way that I've managed to grow our sales business here is by implementing a robust and ever-improving system that constantly and consistently troubleshoots and fixes our problems so that our sales managers and trainers can fix them. That's what you need. My system is based on rinsing and repeating a 5-step process. And these 5 steps has taken us from 0 to anchoring over $20 million a year in sales for our clients in the last 4 years. If you average this out, each of our team individual contributes $1.2 million worth of high commission sales for our clients. Without any further ado, let me share with you the 5 questions that I ask myself that have enabled me to radically scale and grow my business. So pay attention and write these down. Think it through. Number 1, is our team's attitudes and beliefs grounded in the same vision? Vision? What? Are you kidding me, Jim? After all of this, you're going to talk to me about vision? Yes, and don't tell me I know, because as my good friend Vanessa Shaw says, if you say I know it, that means you've got the results to show it. And friend, if you had those results, you wouldn't be here on this video right now. So let's get straight. You need to get these answers. Okay? If you're not approaching the sale in the right manner, how are you going to get optimum results? Think about it. I mean, really think about it. Right? I used to run a home security business, home alarms, and our primary means of selling was door to door. It was insane. Good old days. Unless my team came to it from a philosophy of just charging through the door like an angry bull, and unless I was hiring the right sales guys, it was hopeless. My guys were all thick-skinned, ex-military, and we killed it in the home alarm game. We were all operating from the same place, same vision, same ideas and thoughts. Question number 2. Are we implementing the right strategy and tactics to actually make the greatest number of sales occur? Don't just rush through and answer that question. That is important. Are you implementing the right strategy and tactics to make the greatest number of sales occur? I didn't say, are you making sales? I said, are you getting the maximum results? Okay? I always see entrepreneurs try to implement a bunch of different tactics, and usually they're at random. And most of the time, they're copycat of what they see somebody else do. See, there's no real strategy most of the time. Strategy follows clear objectives. A strategy is comprised of multiple different tactics, executed phenomenally. And most of the time, I find entrepreneurs chasing all kinds of shiny objects rather than doing what they need to do to get the results that they're actually looking for. And yes, I'm talking to you. What works for home alarms isn't going to work for selling marketing services or health coaching, right? Your strategy has to match your objective. And your strategy needs to be refined and honed over time. It's a moving target. It's never done. Strategy comes before tactics. It follows a clear set of goals and vision. And your strategy has got to be born from the philosophy you carry about how to serve people in your business. All of this is connected. Okay, next question you need to ask. Are we tracking everything we need to be tracking? This is one that hits right between the eyes, and I should have just heard a collective because the likelihood is you actually don't know the answer. And how will you know if things are working if you aren't doing audits and track your results daily and fix the problems as they arise? How much money do you think you're just tossing down the drain? Leads cost money. They're not free. And instead of actually converting the traffic that's coming into your business and making the money most of the time, I find that most medium-sized businesses that we help actually have more than enough leads. And in fact, most of them could be 5 times as profitable, and they don't even realize it. Rather than focusing on where the bottleneck is, i.e. their sales conversations, they just try to get more leads. Is that you? Are you doing that? You're just chasing more leads instead of optimizing the ones that are coming in the door. How much more profitable would your business be if you were paying half as much per sale? Interesting question. By converting twice the number of leads, right, twice the number of sales on the same number of leads, which makes your leads effectively half as much the cost, you just cut your client acquisition costs in half. That's what you want to be doing. Hey, this means you can effectively scale your business. And seriously, most entrepreneurs and sales managers that I talk to literally have no clue just how much money you're leaving on the table. If I say, what is your current conversion rate? And you say, it's about 25%. We're around 40%. It's near 50%. I got news for you. What you're really saying is you have no freaking clue. Because numbers do not begin with about, near, or about. They're not an estimation. You need to know your metrics. You need to know exactly how many conversations you need to have in order for your team to get the results you need, so that way you can effectively predict their activities that will lead to the results. Right? Really important. Make sure you're paying attention to that. Question number 4. Where specifically is our training lacking, and what do we need to be practicing through role play? I'm going to write that one again. Where is our training lacking, and what do we need to be practicing through role play? What specifically? Very important questions to be answered, and you need to have answers for them. I talk to people who have a sales process, a sales formula, a method of training, and you just teach people based on what you know, which is awesome when you're just putting it out to the public and giving them a framework to work from. When you're building for your business, you need to have specifics. You need to know exactly what your team needs support in, so that you can then build training formulas and prescriptions around the things that they have demonstrated they're weak in. Right? If your team is never at its best, your prospects are never going to get what they need. And I got news for you. Prospects are not training dummies. Your team needs to train on their own before they get on the phone with your team. The amount of times that I see sales teams making this mistake would make your head spin. Practice makes perfect. Intentional practice makes it even better. Right? 30 minutes of practice to start the day, getting everybody zoned in, getting clarity on the team mission, practicing how to handle prospects. The best way to get consistently improvement on the return on your investment and retain great staff, because they're making money, they're great at what they do, and they get it. And training is not generic. It's specific. Right? You want to make sure that you're inspecting calls, hearing calls, auditing, and we've got formulas for that. There's tried and true methods out there to make sure that you can get the results that you need once you find out where they are actually missing, instead of what they tell you they're missing. And there's usually a pretty big gap between what your team thinks they need and what the truth of the conversation really is bearing out. Okay? Your people are not ever trained. I have people telling me this all the time. My team has been trained. The moment you put an ED on the end of the word train, you're already in trouble. You're already limiting the success that they're going to have. Our team has never trained. They're always training. And you need to do the same for your team. You feeling me? Okay, I've been doing this for decades, and there's massive reason that our salespeople average nearly $1.2 million in sales, anchored for every client that we have each year, year after year. Lastly, how do we create a better sales environment? This is a phenomenal question, and it should be asked every single day. How do you optimize the environment for your salespeople every single day? I would rather have an average salesperson selling in an ideal sales environment than have the best rock star selling in a mediocre environment. When you're interacting with a prospect, the environment is so crucial. It's important because it keeps your sales team in the right headspace so that they can actually sell. Your environment is a big part of growing your business. Quit ignoring it. Your sales team needs you. Environment is more than just a physical space. It is also ethereal, an energy space. Your prospects are going to doubt themselves. If your sales team isn't in the environment that they can truly peak, then you're doing your prospects a disservice and you're doing a business a massive disservice and a letdown. Your sales team is there to handle your customers on an emotional and tactical level. They need the right environment to make sure this can happen. So those are the 5 key areas that you need to be honing in on and consistently improving to have the results like we are getting. I know you're thinking right now, where was the magic bullet? I thought you were going to tell me exactly what to do. Listen, I just did. I just shared with you the secrets to the success that we're having, and you need to be able to implement this here. You're probably saying right now, gee, thanks for all that info, Jim. What the hell do I do with all of that? And I'm sure you can agree, information without implementation is 100% useless. So rather than just tell you a bunch of things that have no actual relevance to your business and then saying, hey, go have at it, I want to give the right people among you the exclusive opportunity to sit down with one of my top performers for a 30-minute strategy session. The value in this 30-minute strategy session that will bring to your business is immense. See, we're not in your business, which means we can see the lay of the land. You're too close to your business that likely there's a small, minuscule change that you can make that will drastically improve the function of your sales business. To get on one of these calls, I need you to fill out the information form you'll find at the end of this video. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be more impactful if you've already experienced the pain of trying to build and grow a team without a grounded philosophy, a clear strategy and tactics, process and a system to follow. But if you're just starting out, it'd be beneficial for you to, while you're starting to build your sales team so you can build it the right way. But we're looking for people, sales managers and business owners, that have done over $300,000 worth of sales in the last 12 months. Right? It means that you'd be playing at a certain level before we can really help you. And we want to give you optimum results. So in this 30-minute conversation, you can expect us to handle 3 things with you that will significantly improve the way you're allocating your dollars that you're already spending. We guarantee to improve your sales economics, and we'll do it in these 3 ways. 1, we'll help you get crystal clear on your vision and your philosophy. Okay, clarity creates results. 2, will help you assess your sales business and find the hidden assets you're underutilizing. We will also point out the hidden liabilities that are costing you money and bottlenecking your sales business growth. Lastly, we'll give you 1 or 2 ideas that you can implement immediately after getting off the phone with us to ensure that you will see some immediate and direct return on the investment of time that we shared in the phone. Our objective for this sales economic strategy session is for you to get the results immediately by tweaking the way you're allocating your resource based on our years of running peak performing sales teams. You're already spending the money. Why not spend it more effectively with this 30-minute sales economic strategy session? In this economy, nobody can afford to spin their tires. If you're looking to take your business, get your business to the next level, you need to take action now. If you're still here on this video, you know you need a solution, and it's time to find it. Take action. Get rid of the pain the way Elizabeth Purvis did. Your competition is right behind you, and I promise you, they're more than happy to take your potential clients and customers and serve them well. Take action the way that Bill Baren did. He says, I'm always searching for the one strategy that can increase the impact and revenue in my business. Using Gain to Edge outsourced sales team has been the #1 strategy I've used to consistently produce $1 million launches. We take care of the marketing. Gain to Edge takes care of talking to the hundreds of potential clients, and I love it. So do my clients. This is the wild card that has helped my business grow exponentially over the last few years. That's the real deal. Be honest with yourself. If Bill Baren was running a sales team without a clear strategy plan or actual sales team itself, are you likely not in a position to hire our sales team for you, but you are here looking for a solution, and we want to talk to you about how you implement this process that our team is running for your team to peak perform and optimize. By not doing what you need to do and not taking action right now, you're actively hurting your business and shooting yourself in the butt. We are offering to help you take care of that, get your business to the next level. Fill out the questionnaire below. Schedule an appointment to talk to my team. Take action now, and let's get rid of the bottleneck.